Great, John. On that theme of agility, right? And you and I have talked about this multiple times. There's always the starting point of the market opportunity, but in your early days, even before retail media is the behemoth that it is today, when you had that first initial conversation with a retailer on what they were sitting on and the opportunity, can you talk to us a little bit about that journey, right? Like, how did you pace that out early on?
When we look at the maturity of the UK and the US particularly, they have size, they have scale. You would expect them to be more mature in many different ways than, say, Australia, which was 5 years ago, starting out on the retail media journey. But what we're finding now is there's actually quite a lot of legacy that was built up before retail media hit its straps. And so when we look at the conception or the development or design of retail media from scratch, it's understanding what can we take from global trends that's true in Australia and what is unique to this marketplace? And then how do we optimize that? One of the misconceptions that is really live in all markets is that retail media is another avenue for advertising dollars from brands and agencies. And that's just not true from what we've found. Commercial relationships, trade relationships that have been built up over decades in a retailer, and that doesn't have to be a grocery retailer, that can be consumer electronics or whatever. They've been nurtured, they've been embraced, they run all the way through a retailer. You have to harness the dollars, the investment, and the relationships that they bring to the table and make sure there's a value exchange. So delivering the value back to those current suppliers and harnessing the power of those existing relationships is one of the big starting points that is a bit of a misconception. You can't just set up a retail media agency or a retail media network and expect holdco agency dollars to start flowing.